Fast Fact News, delivering truth in every second.
Today is July 25th, 2025, and here's what's making headlines across America right now. First, let's talk about politics and economic tension. Former President Donald Trump is once again stirring controversy after criticizing the Federal Reserve for allegedly overspending $3.1 billion on renovations to its headquarters. But Fed Chair Jerome Powell responded sharply, saying that figure includes buildings already completed last year. This clash comes at a time when pressure is mounting on the Fed to cut interest rates, especially as inflation ticks slightly downward but remains stubborn in services. Meanwhile, Trump has also signed an executive order to delay federal eviction proceedings for homeless individuals, drawing both praise and heavy criticism. Supporters say it gives cities breathing room, while critics argue it's simply delaying an already urgent housing crisis. On top of that, another executive order bans third-party payments to college athletes, aiming to control booster influence in college sports. Now shifting gears to justice and scandal, the name Jeffrey Epstein is back in the headlines. Ghislaine Maxwell, currently imprisoned, claims she answered all DOJ questions honestly and completely. But as the investigation expands, the Supreme Court is now being asked to weigh in on appeals connected to Epstein's network. The case is once again shaking the elite circles in Washington and beyond. On to the markets and business world, it's a mixed bag. The S&P 500 and NASDAQ reached record highs earlier this week thanks to strong earnings from Alphabet, but things have cooled off. Intel surprised investors with a disappointing report and announced it would delay its Ohio plant project while cutting 15% of its workforce. Meanwhile, Deckers, maker of Hoka and UGG, reported a 17% sales jump, and Newmont is launching a $3 billion stock buyback after doubling quarterly profits. In media news, the FCC has approved a blockbuster $8 billion merger between Paramount Global and Skydance Media, paving the way for a new Hollywood powerhouse. But tragedy has struck in Central Texas, where catastrophic flash flooding has killed over 135 people and left 8 missing. The disaster was fueled by heavy rains tied to Hurricane Barry's remnants. Particularly heartbreaking was the destruction of a summer camp near the Guadalupe River, where multiple children are feared drowned. And finally, in social justice movements, tens of thousands across all 50 states marched under the banner, "Good Trouble Lives On," honoring the legacy of civil rights hero John Lewis. The protests focused on immigration, healthcare, and civil rights rollbacks under the Trump administration. That's your 3-minute rundown of what's happening in the U.S. today. Stay informed, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next update.